Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. My name is Diane and I'm super duper 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 happy to see you. I'm happy, yes I am. And I'm liking the weather. I'm not really because it's raining. And we're chasing they're not rabid. We got raccoons everywhere outside. I don't know, I think it's because I keep feeding them. I gotta stop, everybody's getting mad at me. I just give them bread and stuff, you know. My kids don't eat the butts, the ends, so I just throw them up for the raccoons. You know what I mean? Come on now, we got to feed nature. We got to take care of them. She got loaded nipples, so she got babies. I seen the babies one day. She got 2 little babies, mom and dad. Got to help the little critters outside. You know, I don't know where they live, but they live close. Do have to be careful with my dog, though. Although she has rabies shots, still got to be careful. So today, I'm looking at my list of ideas for videos, and I'm like, should I do this one or this one? I don't know, but I guess I'm going to do, dun dun dun, the worst date I ever had. I've had many, but this one stands out to me because it was the biggest letdown of my life. Biggest letdown of my life. Not joking. It was terrible. So I'll start how it started. I'll go to the beginning. So I was out one night with my friends, you know, and dancing in the club. Now I was a single mother at the time, had 2 kids. And I met this dude, and he told me he was in the military. And he was, I don't know, he was cute. Like, he wasn't, you know, gorgeous or anything, but I never really liked that anyway. I'm more of a, I don't know, he was my type. I don't know. Anyway, and we talked all that night, and then I left. He asked for my phone number, and I discovered that I knew his mother, so that was kind of weird. Weird in and of itself, but you know, I knew his mom, which is weird because I didn't know him. But you know, we start talking, and then we start talking on the phone. Now this is before texting. This is right when cell phones kind of came out. So no, we were just talking on the phone. No texting existed. No messenger, none of that. You had to actually talk on the phone. So he went out of town, and he was calling me when he was out of town, and we talked lots for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks or something, because he had been away overseas and then he came back, and we talked for two weeks, I think. But it was intense. Like this dude, these conversations we were having were intense, and he's like, I really don't care that you have children. Like, I really don't. I don't care. And he goes, it's you that I like, and the rest is just something, you know, you grow to adjust to. You learn how to live with those things. And I was like, damn, this guy is awesome, because I was really struggling back then to find somebody who's accepting of my children and all of that. And then we talked, you know, and I had a few rules. And I don't know, you guys can tell me if these rules are a little much. But I was a woman, I was single with 2 kids, and I had a job, I had a car, I owned a house. And I worked hard. Like, I worked a lot. I had to work 2 jobs to pay for all of that. I didn't have a fancy house. I had a little tiny house for me and my kids, but I owned it. And so I expected a dude to at least have a job and a car, because I was not going to be catering around his ass all over town. You know, and this guy had a place. You didn't have to own it, just a place. Like, I even dated a couple that lived with their parents still. Kind of cheesy, but we were in our 20s still. I was in my 20s still. So, that was a little, They had to have a job and had to have a car. And they couldn't be married. Now, when I say married, because I'd been married before too, I didn't care if they were married before. I just didn't want them to still be with their wife. I will not date a married man. Like, never ever. Because infidelity was a big deal for me. It was a deal breaker. And, you know, I didn't want to be the other woman. I didn't want to be somebody who took another woman's husband, or was even with him, that just seems so wrong to me. So awful, because how do you feel if that happens to you? No, I don't do that. I don't even like movies that have that in it. I don't do that. I don't not like that. So, and I know both ways. It happens both ways. I don't do it, and I don't like it. So I'm like, I told him, you tell each other everything. We're getting to know each other. So it's like, my favorite color is this, blah, blah, blah. I don't date people who are married. I don't care if you were married. He goes, yeah, I was married. But we're not together anymore. We haven't been for a while. I'm like, all right, I can live with that. No kids, though. And so finally he comes back and we go on a date. And it's a wonderful date. And we kiss. Yep. So nice. You guys know where this is going, right? And then he wants to have another date. Now, we didn't do anything beyond that. No, none of that. So he calls and he's like, wants another date. And we're like, okay, we'll go to a movie. And then he's like, well, why don't we meet my friends at my place? And then we'll hang out, maybe go out after or whatever. I'm like, that doesn't sound bad. That sounds good. That works for me. I have a day off. So we went to a movie, we went to dinner, and then we went to his place. And we get there, and the first thing I notice, very first thing I notice, lace curtains. I'm like, why does a dude have lace curtains? But then I'm like, nah. You know what? Mom gives you whatever crap she has lying around the house when you move out. No biggie. Then I walk in. And everything in the house kind of looks female. Ornaments. Just, there was a throw on the couch. I'm like, this place looks like it's a married couple's house. And I even said, I go to one of his friends, I go, is he married? He goes, talk to him. I'm like, that sounds like he's married. And then I went to him and I'm like, dude, you're married. He goes, no, I told you we broke up. And then I'm thinking, oh, okay, no big deal, right? He's still living in the house and she moved out. She's not there anymore. Because he was in the military and he lived on the military base. So she would have to be the one to leave. So I'm like, okay, no problem. He's like, she's gone away. She's got to come get her stuff. No biggie. I'm like, no biggie. Well, so this isn't really the worst. Yeah, because it was a date, and I fell for him. I did. I really liked him. And I was seeing, not wedding bells or anything like that, but this was the first guy that I thought I had a chance with, that I really thought I had the opportunity, that he would accept everything, and he just seemed so right. And I was really, really vulnerable at that time. And so I'm like, okay, I get that. That actually makes sense. My husband left, but I still had a lot of dude stuff around for a while. Then I'm on the way to the bathroom. And his bedroom door was open. It was a bit ajar. So I looked kind of in. There's a wedding picture on the wall. I'm like, because he's saying that it's been months. I'm like, why does he have a wedding photo of him with another chick on the wall? Because in my opinion, the first thing you're going to do is take that shit down, right? Right? You're going to take that down. It's going to be blowing up that stuff. You don't have any kids. You have no reason to keep pictures. I still kept pictures, some of mine, for my kids, but I didn't need to because it don't matter anymore at this point. But, I get it if you keep them, but to keep them on the wall looking at it from your bed, that doesn't make sense to me. So we go out because I didn't want to confront him, and he had told me earlier, and I was kind of wanting to believe him, you know what I mean? So then we go back to his place because my idea. And I sit down and I go, I have some questions. Do you mind? And he's like, no. Of course, he's thinking, we gonna do it. We gonna do it. I'm like, you're still married, aren't you? And he goes, I told you that I am. I go, no. You're still married, as in your wife may be visiting her mom and dad, but she didn't move there. There's female, because I went in the bedroom and I looked in the closet. There's female clothes in there. I go, she would have taken all of her clothes. Girls do not leave behind jewelry and clothes and makeup. They just don't. He's like, I'm like, you told me all these lies. I told you I don't do married men. He goes, we're not together. And he's arguing with me, man. I'm like, this is getting hot and heavy and I'm getting angry. And I don't mean hot and heavy in a sexy way. I mean, I'm getting angry. That everything's getting heavy and I'm ready to spit on him, smack him. I don't know, because, he let me on for weeks. I go, you're still married. I go, admit it. He goes, okay, I am. I'm still married. But I want to be with you. I do not want to be with her. I'm like, you haven't even broke up with your wife? Technically, no. But when she gets back, I will. He goes, it's a little complicated because she's pregnant. This is getting good, right? This story's good. In a bad way. I'm like, whoa. 2 steps back. You're still married. And your wife is visiting her mom and dad because she's pregnant. But I didn't want babies and she did it to trap me. And now we're hearing all the excuses and all of this and all of that. I'm like, oh my God, this is so bad. This is so bad. Oh, I'm like, you're having a baby and you're going to leave her when she gets pregnant? You guys have been married for how many years? That to me, I could have never dated him at that. To be honest, I was happy to freaking run out that door, never look back. But I was still really hurt because I kissed him. I went on dates with him. And he had a wife that was pregnant. And to me, that is such a betrayal. And I know it wasn't my fault. But I've always felt guilty about that. Now, in the future, he did leave her. Abandoned her while she was still pregnant. Actually, she was near the end of the pregnancy. The reason I know that is because my husband now worked with him. They know each other well. Kind of weird. I'm aware. But, it was so sad and heartbreaking. And yeah, that was definitely my worst date. The worst guy I dated. The worst anything, because he was so deceitful and such a piece of crap. If you're a woman or a man, don't do that crap. Don't do that crap. If you want to leave somebody, leave somebody. Totes go with that. I did that. But end it. Don't start dating other people before you do. I mean, seriously. Because he'd been dating somebody prior to me. That wasn't her. He said that was only a few dates and stuff, but I mean, hello? Ew. Gross. So yeah, I was devastated, unhappy, not impressed. Worst thing ever. And of course, after that, I'm paranoid, right? The next guy I date is my husband. Just, I know, so weird. And I'm like, have you ever been married? Nope. Truthfully, no pregnant girlfriend, no pregnant wife? Nope. Don't care if you have kids either. Because his mom had a baby prior to getting married to his dad. So for him, that was like a normal thing. So it's like, nice. And we ended up getting married and having children and raising 5 children together, and all is good. But oh, that was so awful. Can you imagine going into somebody's house and you really like them? You really think, tonight's the night. You're going to be la na 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 na. And there's a wedding photo above the bed. Well, at the end of the bed. Like, you lie down. So if you're doing it, you're looking at the freaking white. Oh, no, terrible. Don't be doing that. Don't do that. Worst date ever. Worst dude ever. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. He didn't. He called me forever after. He did not understand why I was so upset because he was going to leave her. I told you. He goes, but I'm not. I'm like, no. This is terrible, terrible, terrible. No clue how wrong he was. None. You know, I it was terrible. Bad dates. It was a bad date. Not a happy. So that's the end of this dreary. Because it was dreary, I would have felt like doing a dreary video. It's a blah, blah, blah. You know? You ever have that where it's dreary and you feel dreary and it's dreary? Yep, I feel dreary. Dreary. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. La, 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 la. Ding, 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 ding. I really need a bell. You guys, I need a bell. I need a bell. That's what I need. I need a bell. Ding, 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 ding. Or one of those, need one on the roof or something. Somebody go ring the doorbell. Ding, 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 ding. Then I'm good. So talk to you later. See you soon. Love you, love you. Bye.